Oh, hey, quick check in. Are you breathing? Is your mouth open right now? Because how you're breathing in this moment, in every moment, affects your energy, your focus, and how your body handles stress. We breathe in and out 25,000 times a day. 25,000 times every single day. Although it's something that we've been doing since the beginning of time, many of us have not been taught how to do it well. Now, some of you do it well quite naturally. And I am talking about breathing in and out through your nose. If you are human and you care about your health, your movement, and your mindset, this matters. If you've seen any of my videos, you've probably noticed that I wear a nose strip sometimes. Many people have said to me, often when I'm out running or if they see the videos, what is that thing on your nose? It's actually there to help me breathe better, to breathe in and out through my nose when I'm doing that low level exercise or those long, slow zone 1, zone 2 runs. Breathing in and out through your nose versus your mouth is so much better for us. The science is there. You can check with all the experts, and I actually have a playlist on my channel that includes some of these videos from the experts. There are so many benefits to breathing in and out through our nose. And the very first one, that is what reminded me about going back to talk a little bit about this today on this very cold day, is when we breathe in through our nose is built with little hairs on the inside of our nose. And one of the things that it does is it warms the air and humidifies it before it hits our lungs. That's a huge benefit. Also, when you're breathing in through your nose, those little hairs help to filter dust and pollen and particles out of the air that we're breathing in, again, before it hits our lungs. And it's also a much more efficient way to deliver oxygen to the rest of our body. Think about it. Your nose holes, your nares, your nares, your nostrils, whatever you want to call it, those two little openings in your nose are much smaller than your mouth. And so the air comes in at a higher pressure, which again helps force it down through our bodies in some of those hard to reach areas when we're breathing in through our nose. So many benefits, but here's a biggie. Here is a biggie. It's the nitric oxide benefit. That is a molecule. It was actually named 1992 Molecule of the Year. It's a bit of a rock star. It actually is produced and released from our nasal sinuses. And breathing in through your nose actually helps with production and releasing it to the rest of your body. What does this rock star of a molecule, nitric oxide, do? It is a vasodilator, so it dilates our blood vessels, which helps to keep blood pressure, normalize blood pressure. Part of its vasodilation properties, it actually dilates the airways in our lungs, and so it opens the airways in our lungs, which makes it easier to breathe. Nitric oxide has been shown to support short-term memory, and nitric oxide has also been shown to have antibacterial and antiviral properties, so it can help fight off some of the bacteria and viruses we breathe in through our nose. And if you breathe in through your mouth, you don't have that same protection. Science often doesn't agree on everything, but this is one thing that science does seem to agree on, that when you are breathing through your everyday living, you should be breathing in and out through your nose. Nitric oxide production slows down as we age. And so it is something we need to pay attention to because we can influence it. And by breathing through our nose actually helps to activate it, produce it more, and distribute it throughout our body. So breathing through your nose not only filters out toxins from the air and helps to fight bacteria and viruses, it warms, as we talked about, it warms up that air before it hits your lungs. It humidifies that air before it hits your lungs, and it also helps produce nitric oxide. This isn't about doing more. We already breathe 25,000 times a day. This is about doing something that we already do, but being a little bit more intentional about it and starting to think about, are you breathing in and out through your nose, or are you breathing in and out through your mouth? Now, I know some of you cannot breathe in and out through your nose because of either nasal structure issues or injuries, or there may be other reasons, or the structure of faces. Like there are a few people who cannot breathe in and out through your nose, but if you can, you should. And like so many other things that we talk about on this channel, the first step to learning to breathe in and out through your nose, if it's not something that you already do naturally, is awareness. Just stop and think, how are you breathing? Even as you're watching this video, is your mouth open or is your mouth closed? Start really thinking about these things and checking in with yourself throughout the day to see, really, are you a nose breather or a mouth breather? When I first started to learn about this probably about 3 years ago now, I thought I was a nose breather. There really wasn't any question in my mind that I was a nose breather until I started to catch myself when I was checking my email, when I was doing dishes, when I was watching TV, all those regular daily activities. That's when I started to check in with myself and I realized that, oh, I'm not breathing through my nose at all. I am a full-on mouth breather. And so I've been at this for about 3 years. I would say I'm pretty much 95, 99% a nose breather now. And so I'm talking during regular activities. Yes, you should be able to breathe in and out through your nose through low intensity exercise, but that's not where you start. Just start with your everyday activities and think about how you are actually breathing. Those of you that are watching this video as part of our challenge for movement and mindset, awareness is the first part of so much of this. You can't change what you're not aware of. So if you find that you are a mouth breather and you want to try, really put an intentional effort into learning how to nose breathe, you know what? Start easy. One of the easiest things to do is humming. See, when you hum, your mouth is closed and you have to breathe in and out through your nose. That is a great way to start the practice. It also makes you feel better. This is something that you can start right now. No equipment, no money, no apps, just breathing and paying attention to how you do it. Also, so if you see my videos and you see me wearing that nose strip, now you'll know why. I am totally committed to this. I also, though, obviously have some issues with my nose, and because when I put a nose strip on, I can't even believe the difference in how I can breathe. So something I was not one bit aware of 3 years ago. It is not something that came naturally to me and I had to work at it, but 3 years into it, absolutely. And I notice a difference. The other thing that I didn't mention that I'm just thinking about now is another benefit of breathing in through your nose is it activates our parasympathetic nervous system. That nervous system that's often referred to as the rest and digest, it calms us down breathing in and out through your nose. So many benefits. We've just scratched the surface in this little video. Okay, so here's a fun fact. When I first started my YouTube channel 2 years ago, the very first video I ever put up was on nose breathing. Oh, and here's another fun fact. If you're someone who has a penis, you might want to pay particular attention to this because you know that nitric oxide thing and breathing through your nose produces more nitric oxide? And one of the things that nitric oxide does is it is a vasodilator that also applies to the vessels that are responsible for erectile functioning. Start breathing through your nose. You don't need to change everything about how you breathe today. Just start with awareness. Just notice when you're washing your dishes, when you're checking your email, when you're on your phone. Just notice, oh, is my mouth open? Am I breathing in and out through my nose? That's where it starts. Remember, small changes, small shifts add up to big shifts and big changes, especially when you're doing it 25,000 times every day. Start small.